Hello there, Gemini. Welcome to DragonTaleTarot. My name is Ariel, and this is your full moon lunar eclipse in Capricorn reading for July 2020. I'm so glad to be with you. Wonderful to see you back as always. Welcome to my new and returning subscribers. If you have not yet done so and you are new to the channel, I do invite you to reach out there, hit that subscribe button and join the Dragon family. Also do give it that dragon claw up by clicking the like button and let me know you enjoy the content. It has been quite an intense time for us here at the Dragon Cave, I will say. Me and my mom have really gone through some stuff. You can read all about it in my community section. And it was pretty rough, guys. I'm really grateful that things are okay now and on the mend. But I was without my internet for about a week from some really severe storms that came through here. So I am a little late getting these out. Our full moon was official on July 5th. So, you know, this is a couple days late, but it's all right because these full moon energies do last you know, for a month out. So I hope you all have been staying safe out there and doing really well, because these retrogrades and these eclipses have been intense. So Gemini, first a few quick notes before we get started, that this is a general reading. It's not going to resonate with everyone out there, so just take what makes sense and leave the rest behind. Also, you know, this will mostly correspond to Gemini Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising, so do check your personal natal chart placements for even more messages. All Gemini cross-watchers as well are welcome to join us. And if you have any interest in a personal reading, would like to know more about the card decks I use in my readings, or would like to leave a little donation for the channel, all those links and info are down below in the description box. So let's get started. Gemini, this has been an intense time, as you might guess. Mercury is currently in retrograde still, Mercury being your ruling planet. That is actually going to leave its retrograde position on July 12th. So that will start to clear up a lot of the confusion and a lot of the miscommunications and mayhem that happened throughout Mercury retrograde for all of us, not just you. You just feel it a little more than others. So our full moon was in Capricorn. That is a very deep, strong earth sign. It's the oldest earth sign of the zodiac. That was highlighting your personal 8th house for the universal, for all the Gemini collective. So I would say that this particular full moon in Capricorn with this lunar eclipse was definitely a deep experience, and will be a deep experience as we, you know, go through the motions of working through this energy over the next 28 to 30 days. That 8th house is a very deep house. It's a Scorpio house. So that's why, you know, that area where this is playing out, it would be about revealing some very, very deep things, hopefully healing some very deep things inside of the psyche, inside of the soul, at the very, very deep emotional depths, and really understanding some strong truths about yourself and about others, learning what makes you work, learning what you need, learning what, you know, you really need from others, and just really giving you that illumination and clarity to go forward. So let's go ahead and pull some cards for you, Gemini. First, I'm going to start with a major arcana card, because that's going to give me something to, you know, show me what you're identifying with, the kind of energy you're mostly aligned with coming through this full moon in Capricorn. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, ancestors, helpers, and healers, please be with the Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising sign of Gemini as we do their reading for the full moon lunar eclipse in Capricorn, July 2020. Please protect their energy as well as mine throughout the session and bring through clear, accurate messages for their highest good. Thank you so much. Oh, I like that. So we do have the Sun card here for your overall energy that is coming through with that full moon. That is a very positive card. It's the most positive of the tarot. And so when that comes up, it just feels like a big blessing to me. It's also strong Leo energy. So that points to the later part of this month when we have the new moon and the sun in Leo. So very, very positive. To me, there, you know, even if this particular full moon felt a little dark, a little deep, a little heavy, it's like the outcome is actually very positive. I almost forgot. We're going to do a tuning fork for you guys too. This is the moon vibration of this particular fork. And before we start with the lunar cards, I'm going to just play this a few times for you. So just breathe in, Gemini. Just feel this, nice vibration. We're resetting. This is coming a culmination of 2 years worth of, solar and lunar eclipses in Cancer and Capricorn. So we're really wrapping up a big cycle of energy here. So just enjoy this tone before we do the rest of the cards. All right, Gemini, that's perfect. All right, so now I'm going to get into some lunar cards. We're going to do a past, present, future layout. This is going to show what was, leaving us behind from this last full moon, where we are sitting right now with the current energy, and where you will be potentially going in the future with this. Keep in mind, our last full moon cycle was during the sun in Gemini, and it was in the sign of Sagittarius. It was also a lunar eclipse. So like I said, we have come through so many eclipses going on. So this has been really purging and releasing and clearing so many things from our lives. Ooh, yeah. So Gemini, we have the South Node coming up in your immediate past position. This is about not letting the past hold you back. And I would say that, this past, eclipse energy that we had with your sun sign involved, ooh, yeah, you were definitely letting go of some things. And this could be very deep, because the South Node in astrology points to your past lifetimes, past incarnations. So some of the stuff isn't even accumulated this lifetime. Some of it's been accumulated for a long time. So absolutely, this last cycle was really, really intense for you. I would also say that it would have cleared up a lot of things around relationships. Whether you wanted to see it or not, things really came to the surface. Could have been some karmic energy or karmic relationships that went away, or, passed away because you just realized that they were holding you back from going forward in a positive direction. And look at that. See, that was pointing to where we are now with the hot moon card. That is the full moon that is, right now upon us. That's July. June. Oh, I'm sorry. That is the June moon, the hot moon. That is the one that we just passed out of. So this is really very strong for you. This was really bringing up to me some of those Scorpio elements, with the extremes there of that last moon cycle. But, oh, my Geminis, you definitely felt that on a very strong level. So right now, in this current energy of the full moon of Capricorn, look at that. We have the gibbous moon. You're very close to achieving your goal. So Gemini, you feel like, you've done a lot of work. A lot of things are behind you now. And so it's really time to start preparing, because, the things that you want to bring in, the goals that you want to achieve are on the horizon, and you can actually start to see them through this next 28 to 30 day cycle. And look at that. This requires more release, Gemini. Anything that you didn't turn loose of in this last cycle will definitely be getting turned loose of in this Capricorn full moon cycle. Look at that. It's such a beautiful card. I think as well, yes, there are butterflies in this card that really show that transformation. And it's the air element as well, which is your element. So this is releasing worries, anxieties, fears, thoughts that just keep going round and round in your head. This is really turning it loose, going into the immediate future. Look at this. New moon eclipse. We are having a new moon later this month, but it won't be an eclipse. And thank goodness for that, because we've had so many of those. But I would say, you know, when we get this new moon in Leo in the next couple weeks, that's going to be very strong. But it says to expect powerful change, Gemini. This is things that are really very intense, very transformative, you know, really gaining in momentum and clarity for you coming up. And look at that. Ooh, we have the action card with the waxing gibbous. So that waxing gibbous was also in your present energy, and here it is coming up in the future as well. So to me, this is again momentum building in the future to take action. It really brings a lot of movement to the surface. So anything that you have felt stuck or stagnant on, that you just feel like, oh, this will never move, this will never get better, this will never change, that actually is going to start changing over this next, you know, 2 to 4 week period. And maybe even a little longer out for some of my Gemini, since this is general. So let's move Mr. Dragon over here. Let's get into your tarot. We're going to do the same thing, the past, present, future, just laying those right on top of our columns that we already put down. So let's see what the tarot has in store for you, Gemini. Wow, okay, so Gemini, on the past energy, this has been some really big stuff that you have been turning loose of. On top of that, you know, South Node, the hot moon of June, and then this Ten of Swords. To me, this is a completion of some really challenging cycles, some really old painful stuff. Some of you, for, you know, would be, you know, some old betrayals, some old wounds, people not treating you right. Because that Ten of Swords is, you know, it's a painful cycle coming to an end. It also, to me, signals an end of a lot of your anxieties, or at least, you know, a calming of those. It's sort of like putting a lot of that, those old fears to rest, and embracing the present moment. And yeah, the Nine of Cups coming in, because it's like, here's that wish fulfillment. It's like, you're done with this. You don't want to go through those painful old cycles again, because you're starting to identify what it is that you really want, what makes you content, what makes you happy. Going into the present energy, look at what we have on top of, you know, this beautiful waxing gibbous moon, up top of the release. We have the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords, to me, always has that energy of Archangel Michael, which is protective, it's clearing, it's clarity. It's a lot of mental clarity coming in. To me, that's a beautiful card to get after that Ten of Swords, because that, to me, is the clarity. It is cutting those negative old attachments and going forward with clear vision, a clear conscience, and all of that. You know, it's just beautiful. Yeah, and look at this with the Five of Swords sitting on top of it, because for a long time here, Gemini, you kept wondering, should I stand up and fight for either this job, this relationship, this place I live, whatever it is, or should I give up on it? Should I move away from it? And now you're starting to see, it's like, you know the difference. You know what's worth fighting for and what isn't. So take that again as it resonates, because it's going to be different for everybody on those details. But that is definitely positive in my perspective. And then going towards this future energy on top of the eclipse, the action card, we have this Four of Pentacles. So Gemini, you have definitely been holding on to something in the heart space. It's not just about love. It's not just about money. It could be both. Many times it is a little bit of both, because he is holding on to that with that heart chakra. But this is really, to me, many times you holding on for, you know, an outcome. You want a good outcome. You want a victory. You want an assured success. But at the same time, this can be like a fear of losing, a fear of loss, right? A fear of not having security or stability. So this is really saying to take action on this. Powerful changes are coming on the horizon in regards to this. So hopefully, Gemini, what I'm feeling is correct, that you will be, you know, redefining stability, redefining what makes you feel safe and rooted, and you won't have to be so, you know, worried or having so much fear around losing it. Yeah, because that kind of thing, it's a big worry for you. And here's that Devil card. Devil energy is also Capricorn energy. So this again brings up the fact that this is a full moon in Capricorn. And the negatives of Capricorn are, yeah, it can become addicted to old routines, old habits. It doesn't know how to let go of them. And so Gemini, to me, there is going to be some kind of major action going on over this next month or so where you really are compelled or persuaded somehow to sort of release it, to let it go, to say, you know what, I need a powerful change. And if I keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, and I keep getting the same result that I don't really like, then I need to change what I'm doing. Oh, on the bottom of the Rider-Waite, we do have the Death card. So this, again, major transitions, major life cycles changing, and Knight of Wands is going forward with passion, with intensity, with renewed enthusiasm. So let's pull a affirmation for you. This is a beautiful deck called the Keepers of the Light. It is guardians, angels, ancestors, ascended masters. So let's see who is coming up for you as a protector and guardian for this full moon cycle. Oh, so yes, Gemini, we have Gaia, which is Mother Earth. It is the Earth connection. So getting close to the Earth, getting close to the energies of the Earth, grounding and rooting yourself and being stable within yourself and your connection to that divine Earth energy is very important. It's actually going to help you a lot as you're moving through releasing some of these fears, doubts, anxieties about your stability and your grounding center. So be mindful of the planet, come back to Earth, stay grounded, Gemini. What a beautiful reading for this full moon cycle. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your July, and I will be seeing you again very soon. Take care.